All right, Travis Barnes. So you've got a few rounds on the camber tires. The 4-degree tires running at 6 degrees of camber. You got to compare them today against another top-of-the-line in-class racing tire run at the same camber settings. So that square tire was run at an additional -5 degrees. You're running the camber tires an additional really 1.5 degrees, because they're actually 4.5 degree tires if you measure off the mold. What's the feedback? How you feeling?
Well, I mean, we ran them yesterday all day. We ran them half day today. As far as the car, it had to get a little bit used to. Granted, we thought we had problems. It was a track for the shakiness going down the front straight, which when we did switch tires, it still does it. So it wasn't tires. It was the track. As far as turn-in with the camber tires, I do know, like at the end of the straight, at Firebird Main, I'm topping out about 156, braking hard and turning in. The turn-in on these tires is amazing. As soon as I turn in, it's the best part about the turn-in. There's not a lot of steering input needed. It flows into the turns really nice. Mid-turn, it seems like it kind of let go a little bit, which I think with more dialing in, getting air pressure set, camera set, more settings
camber
on the car, more time. We put these tires on. We're going to go ahead and run a different race event. If we had time to set these tires up, it probably would be beneficial to us. Exit speeds on these tires seem to be really well. After the mid-quarter stuff, they got around that. Exit speed seems to be fine. Braking, it seems braking to me was fine. There's definitely some stuff that I have done on these tires, the camber tires, and when I switched to the regular tires, I wasn't able to do. There's a kink in here at Firebird Main. I would just go in, tap the brakes, turn the car, and throw it in, and floor it, and then come back out with the camber tires. The other tires I'm running, you could kind of do the same thing, but the exit line out of it was a little bit wider. You could tell that the car would kind of slide out a little bit. That's about the biggest difference. As far as the backside of this track, if you don't know the track, it's a track map you can look at. But there's a part where you come around the carousel and there's a right-hander, and you kind of carry it. With the camber tires, I was just slight input on the steering wheel. The car would just carry nice, transition back to the left really nice. When we switched tires, I did notice that I have to turn, stay in it really good, and then have to really whip it back. It wasn't as, I guess, smooth transition.
Transition wasn't as refined.
We did go drag racing on the camber tires. That was kind of interesting. I don't know. I don't do a lot of drag racing. They seem to hook up fine if you wanted to go drag racing on camber tires to me. Maybe if I sit there and we ran out full time attack spec, didn't adjust anything, wing, arrow, air in the tires, didn't deflate them. We ran 11 flat at them, so it's 500 horsepower car. I think if we got a little bit more twitchy with them, I guess we could dial it in. But it wasn't a time attack car. We're not drag racing. We just went out there and had some fun.
What about compliance comparison, ride quality?
I mean, since switching today, since I did 2 back-to-back sessions right now on regular tires and these tires, I'm just kind of hard to think about riding. I'm too busy driving. I guess some of the rumble strips and stuff I did hit. I guess if you just kind of think in my head, it did kind of seem a little bit smoother to me. There are some kind of bad spots out in this track that I know I ran over that. I remember in these tires, the flat one, the regular square tires, it was kind of rough. On the camber tires, it was a little bit smoother. But I don't know. They're definitely a different tire. We did have a lot. I mean, I know you roll around a bit, but a lot of times when you roll around, there's a lot of people who are just coming up and just, what's the deal with these tires? And I think the best thing that we did today was switch tires, because as soon as I unbolted them, everybody came over and grabbed the wheel and just wanted to push them around and watch them go in circles and see that they really do have 4 degrees of camber built into them. I think it was kind of funny. And one of my buddies came over, he's like, man, you're just wearing these tires down. And then he started looking at them, and they had, camber built in. He's like, He's like, I didn't know exactly what you were talking about. These things have 40 degrees of camera built into them until I got them off the car. So I think that was kind of interesting to watch everybody look at them after we got them off the car. So maybe switching tires to get a comparison was a good thing, so everybody could see them off the car. Because on the car you can't really tell. Everybody thinks you just got a ton of camber thrown in the car. It's good to go. I mean, a lot of people, if you don't sit there and look at a car with a ton of camber, with regular tires, you'll see, the outside there's a gap. These, I mean, on our lift and everything, I remember driving my regular tires on. You can see the outer gap. There's a gap in it. These, it's flat all the way across. So it's more difficult contact match.
So you get another chance to play with them and get a chance to start tuning a little bit in advance, specifically to dialing the car in and your taste to the camber tires. What are you thinking doing different? Obviously, a little more camber maybe would be nice if you could get it, squeeze it out of the suspension.
Yeah, maybe
anything
a little
else?
More. Maybe go down to maybe I think you said 3 degrees something. Maybe try those. Definitely need more time to go out, turn a few laps, get a bunch of data. A race weekend is kind of hard to do that, especially with this weekend was kind of hectic. But I guarantee you, if we went out and got a lot of data, did temp probes and air pressures and went through the whole 9 yards to set them up, I think it would be really interesting to see what they can do. I mean, as far as times, what we've done today, we're really close. We actually went a little bit faster on the camber tires in time trial. I don't know what I just did in time attack, so I don't know. But I mean, as far as square to the camber tires compare, I mean, there's a lot to be made, I guess, if you want to say, on the camber tire after you set them up. Because I mean, my biggest thing for this week, the whole weekend for me, was the turn-in stuff.
Well, and you're squeezing the most camber out of your car to run these, and that means you're running a 4.5 degree tire at 1.5 degree of camber in time attack, and you're running your square tire at 5 degrees of negative camber, which is a more extreme setting that you would expect for a time attack car, and yet you actually, at least in the times we know, you squeezed a couple tenths of a second faster on the camber tires, running on virtually a street type of camber setting.
Yeah, street setting. Yeah.
So I think that says a lot. What do you think about the rockers and the ability to use the rocker as sort of a gauge to see how you were spreading the load out and how far you were getting over on them?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely nice to see, how far, or if you're actually getting rollover. That to me was kind of cool because I could walk around the car real quick and see, okay, we went here, we didn't fully utilize this, or we went way too far on this side. This track's a lot of fast, high-speed left-hand turns, so we definitely worked the right side of the car really well today. So, but yeah, I mean, like I say, like we were talking earlier, I think if we had a good test day to set the car up, it would be something interesting.
Right.
So.
Right.
But,
all right.
There's definitely stuff to be made on these tires if you have the time to set them up. So that's what I think.
So, if you get the ear of any representatives, any major tire manufacturers that maybe you're friendly with or friendly with the series you're racing in, would you feel good about saying, hey, you guys might want to take a look at this technology?
Yeah, I mean, I've already talked to a couple people already about it. A lot of them I've actually already heard of you. So, I don't even say their names because I don't know. But I mean, I was there talking to one guy. He's out here for the Lucas Off-Road, and he was already looked at those tires, and he knows exactly who you guys are. And he didn't have anything negative to say about it. So that goes to show. I mean,
people are thinking it might make sense.
Thinking about it. I mean, to him, he's trying to think, long run, longevity. I know this is something that y'all look to do, a street thing. I mean, the only thing he was really saying is like, if they want to do camber tires, OEM stuff, then maybe the only thing would be that's the only tire you can buy for the car is those tires and those tires only. But I was like, well, to me, I was like, if it's going to put these tires on the car, to me it'd be like a high-end car or something that wants a nice, good.
Well,
tire.
and it wouldn't be as extreme.
Yeah.
Instead of a tire with 4.5 degrees built in, you're going to be running between 1 and 2 degrees. And
that's what he was saying. Is like, he goes, there's just a lot more testing I think would need to be done. But he goes, I don't see a bad thing about them.
Right on.
He goes, I don't have any negative thing to say about them. He goes, the only thing that I could possibly think would be maybe maybe when y'all did it get bigger, it wouldn't be an issue, cost-wise of being able to distribute a bunch of these tires. But
right.
I know y'all just getting started, so I mean, it's just something that
we're making them in the good old United States.
As you go, yeah. But he looked at it, we walked around, he checked the car out, he was, he was kind of impressed with them. I mean, they're not a little here and there tire brand; they're a big tire brand. So
right.
But he thought pretty highly of them, I would think. So.
All right. Well, hey, we appreciate you giving it a shot and getting your feedback, and we look forward to exploring some more synergies in the future.
Yeah, we do too, man. Like I say, we love to get our other cars, try them out. I mean, we got 2 other cars that we want to try them on. And every car can do different things to see what they can do in the future. So hopefully soon we can team up with you guys, and so we'll go from there.
Right on. All right. Thank you, Travis.
All right. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.